Hello and welcome. So the last video was about me exploring a new boombox or tape recorder, the Panasonic RX5120 LS, which is beautiful and almost looks identical to the one which I had in my early teens. And as much as I've tried, I just cannot find it anywhere. Anyway, I recommend watching that video for context if you haven't done so already. This Panasonic one, however, is much larger, and I discovered it has a phono input, as in phonograph, instead of an aux or line input, like my original one had, leaving, unfortunately, no way to connect any other audio devices other than a record player. Today I look into two solutions I have for finding a way to record onto this tape recorder without modding it. If successful, I will in future turn this into a proper project. So let's continue and enjoy. So basically, simple circuit, it takes the gain down and readjusts the equalization. So that's what the capacitors do, in fact even the resistors. But the main thing is the gain is low. It may not turn out exactly as I expect, but having fun trying. And I have to build one for each channel. So literally you just need a small piece of matrix board and that should be fine. Just take everything out of this bin. So I'm going to do a ground across the center of it. Just going to build it out of solder. This is basically just a quick build of this circuit. You know, it's like a simple little circuit. I want to try it more than anything. If it works out fine, you know, I can build it into something a bit bigger. For now, as long as it works and functions, that's... Also, mine may not work, you know, 100% perfectly like the original circuit because I do not have the value capacitors, the exact value capacitors, so I'm just doing the nearest value I have. So it may not turn out, the equalization may just turn out weird. So if this doesn't sound too great, it may not be the original circuit creator's fault. It might just be the fault of the capacitors that I put in. Right, so I've finished building this circuit and it looks wonderful. That's the thing I love about the traditional electronics and the components. I love the look of it. It's nice and retro. But yeah, I want to try this. Quite excited to try this to see if it actually works and actually takes down the gain and corrects the equalization. So let's try it out. I have my mini disc here of my own music. Hard cables out. Unfortunately, that doesn't sound that good. There's a lot of noise and the equalization is just not quite right. And I think that might be due to the capacitors. They're not the right value. I'll leave this at this kind of didn't work. And then I'll go on to the other solution, which is a little more exciting to be honest. And the one which I think even if I got this one working, I would use the other one. Just for the sake of the way it works, if you know what I mean. Basically, my instinct after listening to this is to lower the resistor values on the input and output so that, you know, it lowers the gain because it feels too much, and also to take it through a low-pass filter. I might actually do that and design my own circuit around this in future though. For now, I'm actually quite excited about this next one. Some of you have already probably guessed, all right, what exactly this is a kit for. Is an FM transmitter. So I'm going to be using the radio to kind of get my sound in here and just transmit it through the thing. Now, I could have very easily, I was thinking about actually completely building mine from scratch which to be honest this is, it's just that it's included as a kit. So it saves time, money. And I know you can get the actual small transmitters already, the audio transmitters. But I wanted this to feel like I built it. You know, I wanted it to have that feel to me personally. And so I just decided, okay, let's just get a kit and have some fun with it. Half the fun is actually trying to build something like this and just, you know, using it after you build it. I kind of like that feeling. So yeah, let's get started with this, with building this. I don't usually go for kits, I usually build things from scratch, but you know, as I said, the components are a little, this is radio components. They're a little all over the place, so I just thought, you know, why not? I have this and this to go with it. So this is a USB charging module here you use with a LiPo battery. So 3.7 volt, 1200 milliamp hour battery here. That'll last ages on this. And somebody wants to go out. It's food or something. I prefer this to AA's, you know, I don't need to worry about it, then I can just like plug it in and charge it up. All right, let me sort out fuzzball here. Hey, you freak! Almost burnt yourself. Okay, two of the transistors are the same value. One of them is different. Excuse me, you're on top of all my stuff. Right, I need to see on this board if there's one that differentiates between them. There is a difference on the board, thank God. You know, it's at least it's not leaving me guessing. Excuse me, your tail is dusting off my components from my bench. Dude, and you know it, yeah? Because the more I'm saying it to you, know your tail's freaking wagging around, knowing that you've been told off. He was told off once, right? I told him off because he did something really bad. And he was just there looking out the window. And he's like, his tail's just going like that as I'm telling him off. And I'm like, I know you're listening to me because your tail tells me everything. Right. Dude, I don't want to burn your tail. Excuse me. Put it there, please. Thank you. 1, isn't it? 4, just so the 14. Yeah, go back to your place. Go on. Okay, right. Now I can get on without soldering around his tail here. The interesting thing about this transmitter is that it has a microphone, so you can switch it. If you take the audio lead out, I think it must switch to the microphone automatically. Microphone and transistors in place. Now this actually takes me back because in college days, I remember the college days, actually they were a lot of fun. I didn't appreciate them back then as much as I would now if I went back. Oh, did you see that? I just flung on my finger. As much as I'd appreciate them if I went back there now. I mean, I enjoyed them. They were like, from the academic life, those were the best years, college years. Even university doesn't on top of that, for me, personally. But yeah, this takes me back to college days because we did radio. As one of the units we studied, and we built as part of the course, we built a transmitter and receiver like this, pretty much very similar circuit. And yeah, this kind of takes me back to that because I remember being doing a write-up on it and everything. It's that. Do you know that when I kept saying I missed that building and the college places, the building doesn't exist anymore. Actually, I've got it written in my in the about section of my website. I talk about the college days and how I miss them, and yeah, it's basically stuff like this we did. And this also reminds me of, I used to watch it in the 90s, Simpsons. I don't like how it's become recently, but in the 90s, you know, it was the best era. 90s and maybe early 2000s. And I remember Bart's radio transmitter episode and the Timmy O'Toole going down the well. But I stopped watching TV. It must have been like 2004, 2005, 2004, I think. I just stopped watching TV. It just became like, TV's gone downhill. I liked like 80s, 90s TV a bit more. The main reason why I stopped watching TV, more than it just became cack, I don't like being told how to think. You know, how to think and what to believe in and what to support. I just feel like TV just indoctrinates you. Internet's becoming that way now, and even more so when things progress, certain technologies. I'm not for it, by the way. You're not entirely free to believe how you want to believe in the truest of manners, or support what you do actually support. When you see things for yourself, or when you think things for yourself, you have to kind of push the agenda of the platform which you're on. So I tend to keep anything like that, anything personal like that, as much as I can away from my channel and just concentrate on my nostalgia and all these things that I did. So it's a big part of my life. All that I do on YouTube and my channel and everything, it's a big part of my life, but I'm a very private person. I don't like sharing too much about my core self unless it's with, you know, certain people, certain friends, and people I can trust. I've always been different to others. From school till, you know, even now. I don't fit in, but to be honest, with the way the world is, I don't really want it. I feel that everything these days is just an issue. Every single thing is an issue. It feels more and more like we're being grouped. We're being segregated into categories and more categories and finer categories. And it's like the whole point of it all, in my opinion, is we all should be united. Yeah. And I know people like to kind of blame one category for the entirety of life's problems, or another category for entirety of life's problems. But I don't subscribe to that way of thinking. You know, I don't think there's one thing to blame. I think there is, no matter what we affiliate with, it's up to us as individual human beings. The responsibility is on us. Just to blame one category of people, you know, for the entirety of world's problems, I think is quite naive, and it's a bit of an easy way out. It's taking responsibility of oneself and putting it onto the other, whichever that may be. I believe each one of us contributes to how the world is. And each one of us can actually make a difference in that. The question is, who will? And who will just be ignorant and just point fingers and lay blame games? You know what I mean? So this is why, you know, thinking this way, this is why I don't tend to fit in to any sort of group. And besides, you know, doing things like electronics, it's very, as I've been told, it's very unusual. But you know something? I couldn't give a crap. And anyone who wants to be do their own thing, yeah, you'll get laughed at by others. You'll get made to be like, ooh, what are you doing that for? Ooh, you're a nerd, you're this, you're that, or you're different to what I'm doing, therefore you're bad. You know, it's just, humans really should know better. And I'm saying humans, as in both male, female, both. Everybody should know better. We're failing each other, really. Oh crap, I almost failed this. No, it's just, I need to push the component in further. The resistors like going. I think a lot of people are very unhappy these days. I mean, these things that I'm saying tend to open up big, massive subjects and big topics. I'm not gonna go into them because I can literally be like, you know, if I meet a like-minded person, I can talk all night about this and things like this. Okay, so I've done the resistors, now the capacitors. It's starting to look good already. I just need to be careful with certain, like the inductors there. These cushions. That's the problem with these things. They're so... Okay, I just closed the box with my leg thinking I broke it. That's the thing, I'm not good with freaking capacitor codes. This is just getting dimmer by the second. So I need a... No, okay, 101. Some of these are actually just coded. So these are 101, I think. We did learn back in college how to read capacitors and resistors, but it didn't stick in my head. I've tried. I know the resistor color code. There's certain ones which I kind of do know, you know, just off the top of my head, but that's literally just one or two values. I don't know how to actually decode on the colors, like read the colors. Both 104, right? I haven't messed with radio too much. There's a few people who have said to me, right, you should get into CB radio. Honestly, come on, get into CB radio. You know, I mean, it's not really my thing, to be honest. I mean, as interesting as it is, but I've heard people talk about it. I know Wayne's into it. Wayne Electronscape of the Sitbox. Whether he's actively into it, I don't know. But yeah, but there's people online saying, "Oh, get into it, come on," you know. And I'm just like, it's really, I'm into these things more than like analog tape, Amiga, retro computer. I've got a lot of vast interest. Even I cannot keep up with myself. L1, which is 8 turns. Okay, so how many turns are you? From the top, I suppose. Makes sense to view it from the top. So you, 8-turn creature, go inside here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 again. Another thing that annoys me about today's world, I mean, I guess it's not just today's world, but it's been like this for, I think, ever since humanity's existed, is this need for competition, competing with one another, and really, what does it exactly prove? Who cares? In other words, I mean, these days it feels like, especially with like the rise of social media, it just feels like it's getting more and more toxic. I feel I don't belong in this kind of people trying to cancel other people out, and it's just, I don't get it. I don't see the point in it. There's last component left. But yeah, I think personally, in a nutshell, without going into it and talking all night about it, is the more you compete, the more insecure you get. Your existence starts becoming about the other person or the other people who you are comparing yourself to and you're competing with. Because in the end, right, it doesn't even freaking matter. But this is how humans judge one another. This is one thing I don't understand about humanity. for this weird competition which everyone's got with one another, being the best of everything. Hey, look how good this. Yeah. Like for example, me, I've built something like this, right? I'm pretty sure there's a lot of like experts out there and like bigger channels out there who would like laugh at me because I've done this. I couldn't give a crap. I'm doing this because it serves in what I need to do right now. And I'm living my life. I don't care. I don't compare myself to other people. And there's nothing wrong with a little bit of healthy competition, but more often than not, your ego just runs away with you, and it's just never healthy. When you get somebody who's trying to compete with you and they're trying to tear you down, they're trying to. And these days you can have suck puppet accounts. You can get passive aggressive people trying to like tear you down, and it is a bit ridiculous. It's weak. Whether they're anonymous or not, it doesn't take away the fact that they are weak. You know what I mean? And people who are competing with one another. I don't know, I think humanity's just... It's a bit different nowadays. I think social media and all this is not good for us. Yes, I'm on it and literally just on it for the sake of my channel. I literally did all this autopilot, I think. I just was like talking to you about all life and everything, and before I know it, hey presto, I've completed this. So this is the antenna, right? Anyway, yeah, so I was saying, competing. The ultimate thing is, right? You have one life, yeah, on this earth. And you spend it trying to one-up other people, trying to be like popularity, you know, and all this. For what? In the end, you depart from the earth, from this world, you depart from it, and it doesn't mean anything anymore. Yeah, if you depart, when you've related with people, when you've actually like connected with people, and you've made a difference in people's lives, and you've, you know, been good company for people, even when you depart, then it means something. But just competing, ego competitions, it really doesn't mean anything. The wind blows the sand on it as time goes on, and it gets buried. In the end, it's just like have to face up to all the crap you did. Okay, so this is the charge circuit. I'm just going to connect this battery to this. I think I'm going to start using these LiPos and these charger circuits in my projects now, instead of AA's. Okay, so battery's on. Make sure it's the right way around and make sure everything's good. But before, actually, you know something? Before I do connect it, let me just test this circuit. Just to see if everything's good. I don't want to blow that, just in case it's not. I'm a bit nervous with like batteries because, you know, you don't mess with LiPo or lithium ion or anything like this. Let's connect you. And there we go. It's starting to charge the battery. Fantastic. I'm gonna start using these. I'm excited now. I'm gonna start using these in my projects. And you can use it while it's charging, and you know. So let's kind of, I just want to measure the voltage first. 5 volts coming from there, but let me kind of, now that it's charged somewhat. Well, it was half charged to begin with. With LiPos, you charge them, if you want to store them, charge them or discharge them halfway, make sure it's 50%. So ground, USB. Okay, so there we go. Made me jump, it's him snoring. There you go. You get to experience the glory of Neelix snoring. The battery circuit's done. Let's connect it to this now, the transmitter circuit. See if it powers up. Okay, so if we turn this on, that should come on now. Yay! Fantastic, and you can just charge it. Now this should be transmitting. We need our boombox or tape recorder now. Let's turn this off because the soldering iron, because we don't need it anymore. But yeah, exciting. I want to see if this works. Hello. Okay. Yeesh. He lost his balance. Okay, so let's take that out because we don't need it. Okay, now this is the thing, right? I don't know what frequency this is, so I'm gonna have to kind of, maybe you have to adjust that. Put like, take it this frequency you wanna set it to, and then adjust it there. Got it! Alright, so this is me. And it's FM stereo. Oh my god, it's actually recording me. Yeah, from here, from the FM. Oh, this is exciting. So yeah, it works exactly as I expected. I want to put some music through it now. My own music, album Paradox. So. No, I need a different cable now. Oh my god, it works. It works amazing. It's not stereo though. Why is that not on stereo anymore? It's just stereo. Hey, it works stereo when it's it keeps switching back and forth. So it goes mono when you... That sucks. But at least it works. I just need to get it to go stereo. Ideally, I should be using not metal screwdrivers because, you know, it matters. Now it matters when it comes to radio. Okay, it's a bit more clearer there. It's still not registering stereo. Yeah, it does when you do that. So it automatically turns it off. The stereo function of it. Where did you come from? No. Made me jump. Well, there's one way of doing it, but maybe find one that does stereo. Oh, see if this circuit actually does stereo. wants the freaking attention. Oh my god, hearing my own song from coming on the radio. Let me see if that's going through. Why is that? I can still hear the microphone. Why? I'm sorry, Neelix. I'm so sorry. It's okay. It's because the feedback. I'm so sorry. Are you okay? Anyway, so that's one way of doing it. I can approve the concept. I built the kit. I just need to get it to work on stereo now. It's more investigating what's happening. Okay. Okay. Anyway, sorry. So finally I got this through. I got a way of getting sound through there. I'm sure you can get one of these without the microphone. I'm sure you can get like the full ones that will actually allow you, but yeah. So, thanks so much for your likes, your shares, to leave your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to check out my other videos and do subscribe for more. Also, I do more than create videos, so for more content, don't forget to check out my website as it contains all what I do. I update my blog fairly regularly, by the way. I'm very happy with how I've designed my website and wish to thank Rich Garbett for all the hard work and effort he's put into making it all work. Also, a big thank you goes to my top tier patrons: Rich Garbett, Axel Dominator, Electronskip UK, Aaron Metcalf, Corey Ostman, Starglider77, Mark Bossack, Starlight Minako, Chris Sablinski, and Veronica Explains. No matter what the Patreon tier, each of you who choose to support me genuinely out of the goodness of your heart deserves appreciation. Hence, the least I can do to show my thanks is list your names in my video, regardless of tier. Thank you again to all of you who genuinely support me. I'm really touched by it. Have a lovely evening, everyone. Until next time, adios!